Welcome. I told in the last class, I told I will solve two more questions, 154, 155, then 156 today. See, 153 was, these two are different, these two are different. So fully not symmetrical. X, X, Y, Y, both you have to locate. But this time, see here, 120, 150. So not same, but 70, 70. See here, this is 70, that is 70, this thickness is 45. So when I divide like this will become 185, 150 and 120. Now you can observe here. See, there is symmetry here. You can write in the question only. See, this is perfectly symmetrical about which axis? YY axis. See, about this axis it is symmetrical. See, whatever this side is there, same that side. So YY you need not locate. YY not required. Locate by calculation. That is X bar is not required. Only Y bar required to locate XX axis. So calculate. Divide into parts. G1, G2, G3. I will not explain further. Waste of time explaining by this time. A1, A2, A3. Y1 from here base 150 plus 40 plus 120 by 2. Y2 150 plus 40 by 2. Y3 75. Y bar will come 159.297. Okay, mark it now. 159 means, see, this is 150. From here to center is 150 plus another 20 more, 170. So this is your XX axis. XX axis. From here, this is Y bar. How much? 159.297. So from the top here, it will be XX axis. From the top, it is total 310, 150, where I wrote it, 150.703. 150.703 is location of XX. And YY directly locate. See, it will pass through G1 and also pass through G2 and also pass through G3. So when you do moment of inertia later about YY, you can do one thing. If it is 185, you can put directly this distance and this distance, both are equal. How much? 90, 92.5. 92.5. So later, when I find IYY for all the three, when you put IG plus AH square, H becomes 0. I want to explain once again now. Correct? Correct. Okay. Now, this question, find moment of inertia. IXX first. Again, now only mechanical steps. I need not explain anything. This is so simple now. See, this question, IXX. IXX. First, I will do directly now. Instead of wasting time, directly IXX. See here. I will write here. Then I will rub it out. IXX equal to, start for 1. About its own axis, 45 into 120 cube by 12. 45 into 120 cube divided by 12 IG plus area. 45 into 120 is the area into, from centroid to XX, this distance square is 150.703 minus half of 120. 120 by 2 whole square. This is for first one. Okay. Second one plus I about its own axis. 185 into 40 cube by 12. 185 into 40 cube by 12 plus area. 185 into 40 is the area into this distance square, 150.703. 150.703 minus 120 minus 40 by 2 whole square. That is for second one. Third one plus last one. how much? 40. 45 into 150 cube by 12. 45 into 150 cube by 12 plus 45 into 150 is the area into 159.297 minus 150 by 2 whole square. Y means you search it. Don't ask me why. This is I about xx. Okay, once you finish I about xx, calculate the answer I about yy. As I told, for all the three parts, see G1, G2, G3 all lie in the yy. So once you put ig plus a square, once you are writing ig plus a square, h equal to 0. Okay, iyy. Start first one. 120 into 45 cube by 12. 125 into 45 cube by 12. Ig plus y, waste the time, area into 0 square. Why should I write the area? You write area, how much? 120 into 45, you write here, 0 square. Plus, second one, 185 into, see when it is 0 square, in future, instead of writing once again area, I will put a, small a1, okay, a1, okay, a1 into 0 square, 180, what is it, 185, 185 into 40 cube by 12, Ig, plus area A2, that is 185 into 40 into 0 square. To save the time, why waste energy? Plus last one, I about yy, 150 into 45 cube by 12, 150 into 45 cube divided by 12 Ig, plus area 150 into 45, that is A3, because it's not required. A3 into once again 0 square over. Find Iyy. Okay, this question over. I will come to this question now, 155. I will tell now only. See, here 70 this side, 70 this side, symmetrical. Here see, 85, 65. So no symmetry about yy, but 95, 95. This is perfectly symmetrical about x-x axis. See, x-axis by symmetry. So this question, which one? 155 question. This question, x-x is directly located. So y bar is not required. To locate yy, you require x bar only. X bar you have to find it. Okay, I will find x bar, put a neat sketch, and then write the expression for moment of inertia. Just a minute. Okay. Question 155. I removed the question because I solved 155 and 156 both in a single stretch. What happened was, in last question, this thickness was given 50 mm. I took it as 60 mm by mistake. Then when I finished and looked at the sketch, I realized the wrong entry. Then I cannot delete that much. So I decided to re-record. So 155, see here, 95, 95, equal. Same offset. So write a note here. This is perfectly symmetrical about xx, axis of symmetry. So xx no required to locate by calculation. You have to locate only yy axis you have to locate. So you require x bar. A reference line AB. See, last time question was, see, then these two are equal, these two are unequal. Then last time question, symmetrical about which one? Yy, xx we located. Now symmetrical about xx, yy you are locating. Previous question, xx, yy, both you located. Okay, start. A1, A2, A3. A1, x1, A2, x2, A3. See now, 65 plus half of 40 is 85, center. But here, this side is 85, this side is 65. See, this is 65, this is 85, little bigger, okay. Okay, now okay. Not a big issue, okay, 85. Therefore, see, this centroid is at 190 by 2. So 190 by 2 is exactly 95. So what happens here? This is 85. This is 95. But from here up to edge is 65 plus 40 is 105. So It is 10 mm this side. So this G2 comes after G1. Okay, that's all. A1 x1, A2 x2, A3 x3, get x bar. You get 89.286. Means, see, up to here is 85. Up to here is 95. So it will come in between these two. Hey, G1, come this side. I will tell G1, you come this side. You are disturbing me. G3. Okay. It will come after G1, but before G2. Very important. See, after G1, before G2. Okay. This is YY axis. From here, distance is how much? 89.286. From that end, it is 100.714. And XX is directly located without any calculation. That is exact center. If you want, see distance, total 220. This is 110. This also 110. Up to here. Both are 110. Okay, now calculate I. I about its own axis, I about XX. I about its own axis. 40 into 95 cube by 12, I wrote it there. Plus area into 110. See, this is 110 minus half of 95 whole square into 2, because these were same. Same answer for this one. Or do once again. Here, 190 into 30 cube by 12 plus area into 0 square. Why 0 square? You should think. I about its own axis. 95 into 40 cube by 12, exercise question, plus area into this distance square is 89.286 minus 65 minus 40 by 2, same into 2, plus here this I about its own axis plus area into this distance square is 100.714 minus 190 by 2. As an exercise question, what I told is over sufficient. Further, you should not expect anything from me. First of all, this much I need not tell. Okay, now I learned a good lesson. See, I don't have capacity or I don't have procedure in my mobile I know how to join the videos or recordings, but I don't know still how to cut and remove something. Because of that one, I paid penalty now. So I decided now, better do different recordings. So by chance, if in any recording there's a calculation mistake or entry mistake, no technical mistake, entry mistake is there, I can remove that one and re-record. Now see, this already I finished once, second time because I continued last time. Now I'll do one thing, I'll stop and restart. Okay. I wrote the question 156. Too much neatly I cannot write. See, little turning all no problem. See, here, first make a note. You divide into parts, but before that, make a note. It is perfectly symmetrical about YY axis. See, YY axis and also about XX axis. Therefore, no need of locating centroid by calculation. Centroid you have to locate directly, horizontally, midway, mark YY. Vertically, midway, mark XX. Divide into parts. See, I will divide like this. Upper two rectangles, middle one. 40 by 90. I will mark here. 40 by 90. 40 by 90. Okay. Little turning is there. Okay. I should start exactly in front. There are people who will comment. Sir does not know how to draw straight line. Okay. 40 by 90. This is 50. Little bigger. Okay. Again 40 by 90. Okay. Reasonably okay. 40 by 90. Okay. Reasonably okay. This is 60 offset here. 60 both sides. Little bigger. Okay. 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 Now see. This is 40. This is 60. This also 60. Why? It is becoming a little bigger here. Okay, here up here 60, 60. this is 90, this also 90, 90 is bigger, okay, 90, this is 50. I will tell you what happened. So this overall distance here is how much? Full width wise is 60 plus 60, 120 plus 40, 160, okay, 160. 90 plus 90, 180. Last time by mistake I took the 60, so I wrote, last time is you are not knowing, I removed it. I wrote by mistake, see, I wrote 240 here, thinking this is 60, therefore it is 230, okay. Now corrected, see, part 1, part 2, part 3. G1 here, G2 here, G3 here. Now, directly, without any calculation, XX, I forgot to write one thing. You first write, this is option 1. Option 1. There are two options are there, okay. This is YY. I should finish little fast now. This all I should not waste time on these things now. Now onwards. YY. Okay, I not on G1, G2, G3. Someone will tell. Okay, G1, G2, G3. So if you want this distance, directly remember midpoint. This way also midpoint. Total 230, 115, 100, 115. Correct? So 115. Here 160. 160 correct? 60 plus 90 plus. No. 90 plus 90 is 180. 180 plus 230, correct. 160 is correct. I don't want one more mistake. Got fed up of mistakes here. 160 means 80. 160 is correct. 60 and 40. Correct. Okay. 160. If for, suppose in the original question something else written, change it. 60, 9, correct. 115, okay, start. Now, IXX. I will non-stop right here without explaining anything. This time I am not explaining. IXX. 40 into 90 cube by 12. No explanation, nothing. If you still want explanation, go somewhere else. Plus 40 into 90 is the area. Into space is not there. Into 115 minus 90 by 2 whole square, 90 by 2 whole square. This is for first one, multiply by 2 to take care of the bottom one, plus 160. 160 into 50 cube divided by 12, Ig, plus 160 into 50 is the area, into 0 square, over, IXX over. IYY. All three centroids lies in YY. So 90 into 40 cube by 12 Ig plus 90 into 40 is the area into 0 square, multiply by 2 to take care of this one, plus one more is 50 into 160 cube divided by 12 Ig plus 50 into 160 is the area into once again 0 square. Okay, calculate. You got IYY. Get the answer. This is option 1. Now I will go to option 2. Option 2. Okay. Option 1, what I have done is, see, I divide into a rectangle here, one more rectangle, one this way rectangle. Now option 2, I will write little ink problem. I will fill some ink to make it dark. I will pause the recording. Oh, unnecessary waste. Okay. Now important. Here, okay. Now you note down both the answers. Correctly calculate, get the answer. Okay, then I will go for option 2. Option 2 is little easier. It's not easier, okay, both are okay. Option 2. See, option 1 we divided like this. One rectangle, one rectangle, one rectangle. Option 2, what I will do is, I will take one full rectangle here, see. full rectangle. See how much it is? 60 plus 60, 120 plus 40, 160. See here, 160 is the full rectangle. 160, 1, 2, okay. 150, 100, 160. Okay, 160 by 90 plus 90 plus 50 is 230. 50, 100, 150. Okay, here. Somewhat to scale. This way, full rectangle I will take. Okay, okay. See what I am writing, observe. Don't comment unnecessarily. Turn like that. Okay. Then, this is my rectangle number 1. See, 1. Its centroid is here. No, not 1. Okay, I'll take 1 now. G1. Now, this is how much? This is 60 plus 60 plus 40 is 160. This total is, see, this total is 90 plus 90, 180 plus 50 is 230. 230. Okay, now 160, I want it to that side. With it to that side, I want 160 for some reason. 160 and 230 also, I want it to that side. For some reason, I want 230 that side. Why means I will tell you later why. Okay, 1 minute. Check the camera once. It has come little odd way. There are people who comments. First of all, I should not bother about those comments. See, such comments, people who comment about line is not vertical, such people to be ignored. They have no value for education. How much effort I am putting, they are not seeing. Okay, G1, G2 over. Okay. Okay. Okay, G1. Now, see, make a note. 1 is the full rectangle, 160 by 230. There are 4 empty rectangles. Cut. How much? 60 by 90, both. 60, 60, 90 and 90. Okay, reasonably okay. See, this is cut out. Cut out. All are same, symmetrical. See, here also one cut out. This is for understanding. See, this way if you solve and understand the question, your level of knowledge will improve. Now G1 will come here. Okay, G1. This is 1. This I will take 2. This I will take 3. This I will take 4. This I will take 5. Don't worry. And the 1 dimension you write. How much it is? This is 60. And depth is, for any one of them, mark the depth. Okay, I will mark here. Mark the depth here. For both of them, how much? 90. Okay, I will do one thing. I will put 60 by 90 here. Okay, one place I write. All same. 60 means 60 here, 60 here, 60 here, 60 here. 90 here, 90 here. This also 90, out of scale, little out of scale. Little, okay. Okay, 90. Okay, now G2, G3, G4 and G5. Okay, G5. Start. Mark the axis. As usual, I told XX will come here. YY will come here. Passing to centroid. YY. This is G1, little tilted. Okay. Now calculate. This I will remove now. 60 plus 60, 120 plus 40, 160. Okay. And if you want centroid distances here, this will be how much? 160 by 2 is 80, 80. Here, 230 by 2 is 115, 115. This all I already told you. 115, 115. Okay, now I can remove this question here and write IXX. See, IXX. First for 1, this full rectangle. 160 into 230 cube by 12. 160 into 230 cube divided by 12 plus area 160 into 230 is the area into 0 square. 0 square. This is I moment of inertia for one full rectangle. Now, 4 identical rectangles. You do for one of them, any one of them you Euclidean. I about any one, its own axis. 60. Now, but very important, minus here. Or you are right, ixx power 2, ixx power 3, ixx power 4, ixx power 5. All you have to calculate, both all are equal. Then final answer is ixx power 1 minus ixx power 2, 3, 4. You have to do all directly. From the full here, subtract 60 into 90 cube by 12. 60 into 90 cube by 12 Ig plus area. 60 into 90 is the area into, see, this distance square is 115 minus 90 by 2. 90 by 2 whole square. These 4 rectangles are there empty. Multiply by 4. Or remember, this 2 is cut out, 3 is cut out, warning. 4 is cut out, 5 is cut out. Okay. Get the answer. Answer will come same as what you got little earlier. IYY. Over. Last part of this question. 230 into 160 cube. 230 into 160 cube by 12 Ig plus area. 230 into 160 is the area into once again 0 square. Why I will not tell. This is for full rectangle. Minus only one rectangle. I about YY. About its own YY. 90 into 60 cube by 12. 90 into 60 cube by 12 Ig plus area. 90 into 60 is the area into this distance square is 80 minus half of 60. 80 minus 60 by 2 whole square. These 4 identical rectangles are there. From the full rectangle into 4. That is, from the full rectangle subtract 4 times of I of each part. Okay. You will get the same answer as what you got earlier. Okay. This class is over now. Short. Next I will continue. Next class we will meet. Thank you.